Donald Trump has recently challenged Joe Biden's electric vehicle plan. He has vowed to put an end to the enforcement of these vehicles on the public, labeling them a sham. Biden has introduced emission standards that, according to him, will disadvantage combustion engine vehicle manufacturers. The aim is to make everyone switch to electric vehicles without reducing their prices. The initial excitement for electric vehicles has waned, and many consumers no longer view them favorably. The market for these vehicles is experiencing a downturn, and Trump's words offer solace to those who prefer traditional gasoline vehicles. For those considering purchasing an electric vehicle, it's advisable to pay attention to this video. Electric vehicle opposition. If you thought electric vehicles represented the future, Trump disagrees. He pledges in his campaign to halt what he sees as a misconception about electric vehicles. He positions himself as the savior of the U.S. automotive industry against Biden's guidelines. Trump has reignited the debate, this time focusing on electric vehicles. He stated that, upon regaining power, he will halt the manufacture of these vehicles. It's not just about slowing down this transition but a complete stop. He argues that electric vehicles harm the middle class and advocates for a return to gasoline-powered vehicles. The reason for his outrage? The belief that electric vehicles are overly expensive and the shift from combustion engines is hasty. He criticizes the manufacturers of these cars for setting exorbitant prices and for an excessive dependence on China. Trump's concerns are deep, not just empty rhetoric. He believes electric vehicles will lead to a significant loss of jobs in the American automotive sector. According to him, more than half of these jobs could be eliminated. This poses a particularly serious threat in areas like Michigan, where the automotive industry is vital. During a visit to Michigan, Trump criticized Biden's push for electric vehicles, suggesting that this shift benefits China more than the United States. He emphasizes that China dominates the market for minerals essential for electric vehicle batteries, a situation he disagrees with. Trump paints a picture where the United States loses its dominance in the global automotive sector, while China advances. But there's more to this narrative. Electric vehicle challenges. The ramp-up in electric vehicle manufacturing is intensifying, with automotive giants like General Motors and Ford investing heavily in this market. However, a complex issue arises. Electric vehicle production requires less human labor compared to gasoline-powered vehicles. With fewer components and a more straightforward assembly process, it results in fewer jobs and lower wages. This scenario presents a paradox where efficiency comes at a cost. Let's illustrate this reality with astonishing examples. An individual named Scott McFan faced a seemingly simple problem with his Rivian vehicle, a minor dent. The repair cost? A staggering $22,000, and the vehicle only returned after more than 2 months. This case highlights one of the big dilemmas of electric cars, the unfamiliarity of workshops with the advanced technology of these vehicles, resulting in exorbitant repair costs and high insurance premiums. In the United States, the average annual repair cost for an electric car is $650, a significant amount. Moreover, a Californian reported a more than 30% drop in his electric car's range in just 5 minutes due to the cold. Imagine the situation in an emergency. It's a concerning scenario. And there's more. A study by SIP Global revealed that more than half of electric car owners consider switching back to gasoline or diesel vehicles for their next purchase. In terms of policy, President Biden has been vigorously promoting electric vehicles, setting ambitious goals. However, manufacturers like Honda, GM, and BMW now express concern, suggesting that the proposed targets are too accelerated. This resistance emerges amidst observations that the initial enthusiasm for electric cars has not translated into sales as expected, financially pressuring companies. Ford reported losses of $4 billion, while other companies accumulate losses of nearly $700 million. The Biden administration faces criticism for its transition goals, considered by many as unrealistic given the market reality. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, has proposed extremely stringent emission limits, indicating that up to 67% of all new vehicles sold could be electric by 2032. This measure represents the most ambitious climate regulation ever proposed in the country, aiming for a drastic reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. Currently, electric vehicles account for only about 5.8% of all new vehicles sold, a stark contrast to the markets in China and Europe. The new emission limits are not aimed at imposing an electric vehicle sales quota but at establishing stricter emission standards. The EPA estimates that these measures could prevent nearly 10 billion tons of carbon emissions by 2055. John Bella, CEO of the Alliance for Automotive Innovation, describes the regulation as extremely aggressive, highlighting the need to expand charging infrastructure and make electric vehicles more affordable. However, the question remains, is the population really ready for this transition, considering the high average cost of electric vehicles? The Inflation Reduction Act seeks to mitigate this impact with tax credits, but there's still a long way to go. In summary, the future of electric cars is a topic of intense debate, marked by technological, economic, and regulatory challenges. The future of electric vehicles. What's to come remains uncertain. Experts question whether we will reach the target of 67% market share for electric vehicles by 2032. Automotive companies are revising their tactics. The launch of new electric models may be delayed. The passion for electric vehicles is cooling, with the market constantly changing. Trump's strategy is clear: prioritize hybrid and combustion vehicles, in addition to making electric vehicles cheaper. He acknowledges that the infrastructure for charging these vehicles is not yet ready and is direct when he states this. Lithium-ion batteries, the heart of electric vehicles, are a global issue, with materials coming from various parts, assembled in China, and shipped to the United States. Additional tariffs may drive the costs of these vehicles sky high. However, a surprising turn of events occurs. Elon Musk, leader of Tesla and previously a supporter of Trump, now backs Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, and has even suggested Trump retire. This transcends a mere political dispute. It's a clash between giants, Trump versus Musk, with the fate of electric vehicles at stake. The electric vehicle sector is experiencing turbulence. Ford, once at the forefront of this revolution, faces losses of $36,000 on each electric vehicle sold. Other companies are also struggling, with losses exceeding $1 billion. Not just these, Toyota, Tesla, all face challenges. High costs, inadequate charging infrastructure, and consumer mistrust are slowing the advance of electric vehicles. What does all this mean? We're witnessing a classic conflict. On one side, Trump and his team warn that electric vehicles are not advantageous for the United States, concerned about jobs, the economy, and competition with China. On the other, the Biden administration and electric vehicle enthusiasts see these vehicles as the future, cleaner, more efficient, and promising. This debate involves politics, economics, technology, and a range of viewpoints. And, with the 2024 elections approaching, the debate promises to intensify. What's your opinion? Do electric vehicles benefit the middle class? Should the United States depend so much on China? Leave your opinion below and don't forget to see what others are commenting as well.